37th retaliating
I
with
wouldn't be
drive-bys,
surprised.
and a simple city
5
kid
minutes
who's just
away.
16 years old was arrested for 4 murders and 7 attempts just months.
God damn, 16-year-old, bro. Imagine 16-year-old you killing people, bro. You got 4 bodies and 7 attempted. Like, goddamn, bro. These boys wild.
After acting like they got, allegedly Walkdown did have access to the girl's Instagram account. But the problem is Walkdown is one of many
loud ass cars.
people who had access to this girl.
Okay, I'm not no lawyer, bro, but ain't that some weak ass evidence, though? Just cause he's pretty likely to be the one that did it. But is there any evidence, bro? Like, I be watching a lot of fucking detective shows and shit, but I don't think this is enough evidence. I don't think there's enough evidence.
Later that month, the police were desperately looking for Walkdown, who, as it turns out, had just flown down to Cali, where he posted these pics to IG. This led investigators to geolocate him via surveillance footage and the IG pictures, but when they arrived to the neighborhood in Cali where he took the photos, they couldn't locate him, and later found out he was back in DC.
You know what they cross, really? I'm this one.
Which is why the intro is literally the police.
What's poppin', Attack Squad? It's your boy SatAttack with another one. Gonna be reacting to Trap Geek, Simple City versus 37th. Battle for the capital. We're moving to DC now, bruh. You know I have to check out Trap Geek, bruh. Trap Geek been giving me some views on my channel, bruh. So hit that subscribe button, like if you want to see more Trap Geek reactions. Started with King Von. Like out of nowhere, someone told me to react to King Von. Thank God you did, but that video did some numbers. And I reacted to FBG Duck, I think, passing away. That shit did even better numbers, bruh. So Trap Geek, the homie, I don't know him, but he been getting me views, so I respect it. But if you enjoyed that, subscribe button, like, we're going crazy, road to 1,000. Let's get it. We're moving to DC, bruh.
Besides the music,
These videos be entertaining as fuck. And hey, I don't know anything about DC rappers or any of that shit. I be listening to music without actually looking at who the fuck. If that music fire, I don't give a fuck who made it. I'm listening to it. So I don't look like what happened, like why he make this music. I don't do all that stuff. So this shit, I'm very new to all this shit, bro. It's like I was to King Von.
There's another guy, no savage on him. He lit just like you. People making it seem like it's an issue though. Is it being hyped up or everything cool?
Man, they dragging that shit. It ain't nothing.
It ain't really nothing.
It ain't nothing. You know what it is for real. That's it.
Ain't nothing.
Tonight, a motorist pulled up to this intersection, yelled to me, "Has the killer been caught?" I told him no, and it shows you the level of concern here in Shaw, caused by last night's shooting right here on the sidewalk behind me.
Alright, what's up everybody? We gotta talk about the DC drill scene that's been heating up. Most of the attention's been on Brooklyn drill and before that Chicago, but with DC rappers like No Savage.
Yes sir. That should be getting blurry sometimes in my videos.
And Walkdown Will getting millions of views consistently, people are starting to tune in. Washington, D.C. is the capital of the U.S., but it often goes under the radar since it's a small city in the DMV tri-state area. This is the story of two neighborhoods that are 5 minutes from each other, 37th and Simple City, and they do not get along.
It's somewhat like Chicago, bro. Like, why are these people so close, bro? Like 5 minutes away, bro. To the person you gon' kill, like you would kill in a heartbeat, bro. Like, bro, that just That just waiting for trouble, bro.
In the southeast DC,
I'm
and
sorry,
the
that
tension
was
is so
waiting for
bad
trouble.
that kids from both neighborhoods
hate
cannot
someone
be
from
put
5
in the
minutes.
same school. In
Someone
2019
hates
is so
5
bad
minutes away,
that
bro.
kids
Something's
from both
gonna happen.
neighborhoods cannot be put in the same school. In 2019, the music escalated tensions. The rapper No Savage from 37th was heavily dissing his ops at a Simple City. At the same time, No Savage was putting on this other rapper from his area named Act the Clicker, who was going viral, getting hundreds of thousands of views because his content was only focused on disrespecting the dead folks of Simple City and dropping direct disses towards the rival rapper, Walk Down Will.
That's crazy. You dissing people, dead. You said dead people.
Thousands of views because his content was only focused on disrespecting the dead folks of Simple City.
You disrespecting the people that are 5 minutes away, just like Chicago, bro. This shit is wild, bro. When you actually think about it, you actually look around the world and shit, bro. This shit is wild. I'm grateful as fuck I get to react to this shit, bro. Not actually living in it.
And dropping direct disses towards the rival rapper, Walk Down Will. And at the start of the new year last year, Actor Clicker was found dead outside the train station near Howard University after a drive-by in a white SUV that was caught on camera. The police say Actor Clicker was lured to the train station by a girl through DMs on Instagram. But the story...
Damn, you got lured by y'all. I ain't even say it. It starts with the B. Damn, these hoes ain't loyal, bruh. You got tricked by a girl. Damn. What the hell? That's crazy. Girls out here sending people up.
It gets more complicated. A couple months later, the police would arrest Walk Down Will, the rival rapper, as the main murder suspect, claiming he was the one who hacked into the girl's Instagram and set the whole thing up.
Oh shit, never mind. These hoes is loyal. I'm just kidding. Whatever, y'all want to take with
Members
that.
of Walk Down's crew were arrested as well.
That's
but
wild.
the case has more holes than a
He used
dartboard.
he used a
Three members
female. He used a female to get you, bruh.
of Walk Down's
Damn.
crew were arrested as well. But the case has more holes than a dartboard. A lot of folks close to the situation
That's
don't believe
crazy,
Walk Down did it.
bro.
And since Actor Clicker's death, there's been shootings every week. 37th retaliating
I
with
wouldn't be
drive-bys,
surprised.
and a Simple City
5
kid
minutes
who's just
away.
16 years old was arrested for 4 murders and 7 attempts just months.
God damn, 16-year-old, bro. Imagine 16-year-old you killing people, bro. You got 4 bodies and 7 attempted. Like, god damn, bro. These boys wild
After
out
Actor
here.
Clicker was killed. Now, we're gonna get into all of this,
Boys
but first we're
wild,
blessed for the
bro.
song of the day today from my guy Millies and Jim Jones. Let's go.
Where I'm
This shit
from,
like
they selling
stop being
fireworks,
blurry,
fireworks.
bro.
My youngest said he riding on the
God
ops
damn.
until the tires burst. It hurt. I heard.
I ain't trying to get.
Alright, this is the city
I don't
of
care, bro. I don't want
politicians.
to be
Washington,
copyrighted.
D.C.'s got all the suits from both sides. That's where they go to make laws and budgets, supposedly to help people. Yet
That's still
somehow in
crazy
their
to
own
me.
backyard,
You got killed by a
D.C. is number
female?
6 in youth incarceration
And that
number 2
created a
in youth
16-year-old
homelessness.
killer?
That's where they go to make laws
I already
and
know all this
budgets,
stuff.
supposedly to help people. Yet somehow in their own backyard, D.C. is number 6 in youth incarceration and number 2 in youth homelessness. They're always in the top 10 homicide rates in the country, despite being a small city of just 700,000 people. And since it's the federal capital, Washington is not considered a state, so residents don't got voting representation in Congress or in the Senate. Historically, DC's always been the pulse of the DMV area. It's got all the clubs, the malls, the sports teams, the birthplace of go-go music, which inspired artists like Wale and others. But in the late 2000s, early 2010s, go-go concerts were being shut down all over the city. The government viewed these parties and bands as inciters of violence, forcing clubs to shut down. A lot of the pioneers got locked up, silencing the scene. During that time, though, the kids were on a different regime, instilling this regional drill sound that was going viral in the DMV area. That's Walk Down Will, considered to be one of the
See, I would probably be listening to that shit without any context, bro. I'd be like, damn, that boy going hard. What's he talking about?
young pioneers a
That's how I
DC
be.
drill. And in order to understand
I be listening to music
Will,
without any
considered to be
context.
one of the young pioneers a DC drill. And in order to understand this story, we're going to his neighborhood of Simple City in southeast DC. Simple City's been in a brutal war with 37th, the neighborhood that's 5 minutes over from them, for many decades. Passed down from generation. And speaking to the people from there, nobody actually knows what started it. In DC, they don't color bang, it's no gangs really, just neighborhoods. Around 2014, 37th had people like Shy Glizzy with his record Awesome that was scorching hot all over the country. And then again in 2017, Shy Glizzy had the Grammy-nominated track Crew with Goldlink. Being that he was one of the few rappers out of DC that have a
33
Billboard
mil,
Hot 100
goddamn.
hit, Glizzy basically gave bragging rights to 37th, which is his home. But
So he
internal
get 37. Like, okay. I ain't even gonna try to explain it. Hopefully y'all get it.
beef was brewing.
So he popped off, and he gave 37th the bragging right. I just said what he just said. I couldn't explain
Glizzy
it.
was having tensions with younger cats from his area, like No Savage and Young Jose, who thought that Shy wasn't doing enough for them or for 37th.
Say Glizzy can't come to the hood.
Wait, whoa. Y'all gonna see a cut right here. I'm going back, bruh. What the fuck's happening?
He writes to 37th, which is his home, but internal beef was brewing. Glizzy
Oh,
was having tensions with younger cats from his
internal. I
area,
missed that
like No
word.
Savage and Young Jose, who thought that Shy wasn't doing enough for them.
I was like,
or
bruh, isn't he from 37th? Why is he beefing with 37th? Oh, okay.
37th.
Say Glizzy can't come to the hood.
That makes so much sense. I was like,
Hey,
what?
who run 37? Okay.
Now he traveled just 5 minutes over to
know
Simple
what's
City.
up.
Around that time, 2016, 2017, they weren't doing too much musically. Although Simple City is home to legends like Marvin Gaye. But one headline you'll probably remember revolves around the name OG Man Man.
New details about the Hampton University student
See, bro, I don't know who this is. I'm gonna be 1,000 with y'all, bro. I ain't gonna fake none of this. I don't know who the fuck this is.
who fell to his death early this morning.
I'm just checking if this is blurry.
Piecing together what happened in
Name OG Man
My
Man.
bad, my bad.
Details about the Hampton University student who fell to his death early this morning.
investigators still piecing together what happened in Richmond. Here's Marissa Jasic.
Affiliated with Simple and hung around Simple City for protection, OG Man Man was a rapper who touched at least 1 million views in 2016 after filming this wild music video at the gravesite of his ops, violating the gravesite, pouring alcohol all over. People like DJ Academics covered it. I remember Blackie Speaks made a video. This was all over the news. Well, OG Man Man ended up getting backdoored, murdered at a cookout in his home territory, basically. Even the Simple City
That's kind of doing too much, bruh. Pouring all dead, bruh.
folks who protected
You
him
just
weren't feeling what he was
asking for
doing.
it at that
Said it was
point.
too
I
extra.
don't-
Regardless, the 37th and
Exactly.
Simple City
I heard
war
what you
raged
said.
on all throughout 2017, 2018. Then No Savage emerged.
Rap niggas, that's why y'all don't get nowhere. Omari, that's why you ain't got no deals. That's why you ain't got nothing. You don't get nowhere off rapping, cause you niggas bitches.
This super energetic rapper from 37th who had the youth on lock. And after initial tension with elders like Shy Glizzy was swept under the rug, No Savage had a direct path towards being DC's hottest rapper. But the street shit was making its way into songs. Even before his rival Walk Down Will started rapping, No Savage had this song called Shots for Everybody, dissing Simple City in July of 2019.
Damn. Boy, it's crazy.
Simple City was quick
That
to
was
respond.
quick as hell, bro. I wanted a little bit more of that.
The
Damn.
same beat weeks later, flipping the title to Everybody Gets Shot. But Simple City didn't have a clear opposition in the booth to represent them
Their
on
unit.
records and go against No Savage. That's when Walk Down Will emerged as Simple City's challenge to No Savage, dropping his first song in September of 2019 called Backdoor Lock.
Her boy
Now,
dead.
he's just 19
That
years
set
old,
me up,
but
her boy
Walkdown is
dead.
widely regarded as the hottest new commodity out of DC, getting label meetings with Capitol Records, Alamo, and many others showing interest. Walkdown moved to Simple City from 501 at a young age after they tore down his housing complex. He was booked for robbery as a juvenile, but never completed probation. Police have been targeting Walkdown since the beginning, banning him from doing shows with Rod Wave and The Baby, labeling him a
fucking my
threat
boy's
to the community.
business.
Of course, Walkdown's got a tough drill sound, but unlike a lot of his ops from 37th, Walkdown was not focused on direct disses. He was more
worried about that business.
making good
Worried
music.
about-
The same cannot be said for his main op,
Worried
No
about that
Savage. No
business.
Savage even has a song on his 2020 mixtape called Fuck Simp, basically dissing the whole area, and that track has since been removed and is nowhere to be found on streaming services. All
Life
this
of a
set up for a
Savage.
brutal winter in 2019 when No Savage was promoting a rapper from 37th named Act the Clicker, who released 2 songs in November and December that would take the war to a new level. His song Straight Facts went viral around the DMV area at almost 500,000 views. In it, Act talks about smoking on Walkdown's dead homies. He goes on to say,
That's
how's
never
your name
good.
Walkdown but you run, clearly taunting Walkdown and even questioning which area he's from. This gave Act the Clicker a lot of clout locally,
And
but it
target.
also made him a prime target in the beef. And 2 days after releasing Straight
Damn,
Facts
that's when
in
he got
December
caught.
2019, one of Walkdown's homies found Act the Clicker on the train by himself.
Oh.
Now, nobody got hurt, but
Okay, so you didn't get popped 2 days. I was about to say, bro, 2 days later you get popped, bro. Damn, you should have been knowing. You just dropped a crazy disrespectful ass song to people 5 minutes away from you, and you ain't armed, bro. Like, damn, bro, you lucky that day.
it could have went way left. Act the Clicker himself said he wasn't strapped, which led his ops to taunt him, saying he must have been capping in his raps all along, joking that there must have been a curfew on guns.
You know
and he
damn
didn't
well
have it
they
with him on the
taunted
train.
him when he
Several
passed
days later,
away.
Walkdown, who up until then was focused only on making good music and not dissing, decided to respond to the recent slew of disses coming from 37th by dropping his own song titled Directed to the Ops.
And I'm thugging for real. Yeah, niggas be capping, they put my name in their songs. I don't know why these niggas think this. We talking the business, so we got the drop on his house. We gon' pop up and he come up.
Christmas would go by,
Too
and
hot.
the tension was reaching dangerous heights, with shootings happening every week. A few days into the new year 2020, Act the Clicker was DMing a girl. She told him to pick her up at the Shaw train station
This is the girl.
around 11:30 at night.
This the-
Act the
this the
Clicker went
female.
uptown with one other person to Northwest DC near Howard University to meet this girl at Shaw train station. She told him she was outside, but when Act the Clicker arrived, they couldn't see her. So the friend went looking.
That would have been red flag off the gate, bruh. I ain't gonna lie. If she says she's at the airport and she's outside, and you don't see her outside, I ain't gonna, like, bruh. I ain't gonna, never mind. I ain't gonna say
inside
nothing.
the station and Act the Clicker.
Because they probably
waited
didn't,
up.
of course, didn't expect that shit to pop off as they did at an airport. But I'm just saying, that would have been red flag.
Outside. After a couple minutes, the friend returned from the tunnel and found Act the Clicker
They
laying
split up, bro. Why does shit sound like a horror movie, bro?
dead on the ground, shot in the head. The girl was nowhere to be found. On CCTV footage, you see a white SUV pull up quickly and begin firing, but nobody gets out the car and they speed off without any trace of who did it. Police and paramedics show up to the scene and Act the Clicker was taken to the hospital where he later died from his wounds. He was only 18. Now a couple months
Damn.
would go by and the police knew Act the Clicker's death was a targeted shooting, but they need proof. At the crime
No
scene, they went
shit.
through Act
Man
the
got
Clicker's
popped
death
in
was a
the
targeted
head. No shit. That's it. What?
shooting, but they need proof. At the crime scene, they went through Act the Clicker's phone to find out why he was there and discovered those DMs with the girl. Somehow, those text combos were enough for DC police to put out an arrest warrant for Walkdown Will in March of 2020.
Wow.
Only evidence they got, allegedly Walkdown did have access to the girl's Instagram account. But the problem is Walkdown is one of many
Damn, loud ass cars.
people who had access to this girl.
Okay, I'm not no lawyer, bro, but ain't that some weak ass evidence, though? Just cause he's pretty likely to be the one that did it. But is there any evidence, bro? Like, I be watching a lot of fucking detective shows and shit, but I don't think this is enough evidence. Unless, yeah, nah, I don't think there's
People's
enough
IG
evidence.
account. Later that month, the police were desperately looking for Walkdown, who, as it turns out, had just flown down to Cali, where he posted these pics to IG. This led investigators to geolocate him via surveillance footage and the IG pictures, but when they arrived to the neighborhood in Cali where he took the photos, they couldn't locate him, and later found out he was back in DC.
You know what they cross,
which is why the intro is literally the police pulling up to the spot and arresting Walkdown right then and there.
Damn.
And he's been locked up ever since. In DC, they do not do bond. And because he never completed his probation as a minor, Walkdown will stay in prison until his trial ends. Which, knowing how the system works, could take another year to even start the trial.
He's probably
he's
obviously most likely the one who did it, but that evidence, god damn. If you have evidence that he logged in on that account that day and sent that, that's the only, like, how are you gonna figure that out?
Remains weak. The police have been unable to ID a suspect from
But
the
he's most
security
likely the one who
footage
did it.
at the train station the night of the murder. Even so, Walkdown has an alibi. Turns out he was shot the same night that Act the Clicker was killed, and it wasn't from gunfire between him and Act. Act the Clicker was unarmed the night he died. Now the prosecutors waved that off. They claim Walkdown shot himself in the right hand to create an
Damn, that
alibi.
is kind of sus though. Imagine getting shot like that. You got shot the same day, bro. Like, I mean, you had to make an alibi. Like, I don't know, bro. That's kind of. Hey, what? He shot himself to make an alibi, but imagine they don't buy that shit. Imagine you shot yourself for no reason. They still don't buy that
the
shit.
prosecutors charged him, and they now have 9 months to indict him, so sometime in February would be the next update. But right now, Walkdown is in good spirits and convinced he'll be home soon.
That's real, bro. Trap did. Oh, is it what?
That's it for this video.
No, that's it. That's it for this video, like you said. But Trap always come with the entertainment. I don't know how long that should like take for him to make this video. But I'm glad he does it. I get some views. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoy Road to 1,000. But let's get it. That shit entertaining. Shit.